The stranger in the lobby. It was a quiet morning in the city of Neo-Toronto. Outside, flying cars passed by, and AI patrol drones floated over the streets. Inside the tallest building on 5th Sector Street, the central skybank was already busy. People in sharp suits walked in and out. Robots scanned IDs. Security guards stood straight with glowing visors over their eyes. Every corner of the bank was covered by cameras. At 9:06 a.m., a woman walked through the main doors. She wore a long gray coat, slightly dusty at the bottom. Her hair was tied back simply. No jewelry, no high-tech implants. Her boots made soft sounds on the clean floor. People turned to look at her. She did not match the usual customers. A young guard leaned toward his teammate and whispered, "Looks like another beggar trying her luck." The other guard laughed. "Probably here to ask for some free credits." But the woman said nothing. Her eyes moved slowly, scanning everything: the guards, the walls, the vault door at the back. Her face was calm, but her gaze was sharp, like a scanner hiding behind her eyes. She walked straight toward the reception desk. The receptionist, a woman named Lana, gave a fake smile. "Can I help you? I want to access my vault," the woman said in a soft but firm voice. "Your vault?" Lana raised her eyebrows. "Yes," the woman said. "Private vault. ID code, Delta 6, Kyra Miles." Lana frowned and typed on her screen. The system beeped. Red letters flashed. ID not recognized. No account found. "I'm sorry," Lana said with a smirk. "You don't seem to exist in our system." The woman didn't react. "Try again." Lana waved a guard over. "I think we may have a situation." The woman turned and looked at the guard. "Call your manager. He knows me." But the system kept showing red. The manager, Mr. Holtz, arrived. He was tall, bald, and always acted as if he owned the place. "What's going on?" he asked. Lana explained quickly. "She says she has a vault here, but her ID doesn't match anything." Mr. Holtz looked at the woman. His eyes narrowed. "You? A vault? Here?" He chuckled. "We don't allow walk-ins with fake IDs, especially not people dressed like." He stopped himself from saying the next words, but everyone knew what he meant. "I suggest you leave," he said, turning away. "I won't leave," the woman replied. Holtz's face turned red. "Security. Remove her." Two guards grabbed her arms. She did not fight back. She looked straight ahead, silent. As they pulled her toward the door, alarms suddenly began to ring. A robotic voice said, "Warning. Unauthorized attempt to access restricted area. Security protocol activated." Everyone froze. "What did she do?" Lana asked. "She hacked us," a technician yelled. "She triggered the internal system." The woman looked at the guards holding her. "Let go," she said calmly. They didn't. A few seconds later, 4 police officers entered the lobby, wearing blue body armor and face masks. Their weapons buzzed with energy. They pointed them at the woman. The guard stepped back quickly. "She tried to break in," one said loudly. An officer walked up to her. "Name?" The woman didn't answer. "Name," he said again, louder. Still, she said nothing. Only her eyes moved, watching everything. The cameras, the drones, the people recording on their phones, the manager hiding behind the front desk now. One of the officers pushed her hard. "You're under arrest for attempted cyber breach." The woman finally spoke. Just one sentence. Her voice was cold and clear. "You will regret this." Silence followed. The guards looked at each other. The manager frowned. The police dragged her out. No one noticed the small silver drone that flew in quietly through the ceiling vent. No one noticed when it scanned the woman's face just before she reached the doors. No one noticed when it beeped once and sent a signal to the deepest vault below the bank. But something had been triggered. Deep underground, a hidden AI system lit up. On the screen appeared one line of code: "The arrest." The sky was cloudy as the police van drove through the city. Inside, the woman sat with her hands locked in energy cuffs. Her face showed no fear, no anger, just silence. One officer, Officer Brand, watched her carefully. You know, for someone caught hacking a top bank, you're very calm. The woman looked at him. You arrested the wrong person. Yeah, he said, laughing. They all say that. Back at the bank, Manager Holtz was speaking to the media. Yes, we stopped a serious cybercrime today, he told the cameras. Thanks to our fast response, no money was stolen. We take security seriously. But as he spoke, the building's power flickered for a moment. Then, every screen in the bank lit up without warning. A message appeared. Level 0 access request confirmed. Vault lock disengaged. Level 0, a technician gasped. That's only for the owner. But the owner's been missing for years. Shut it down, Holtz shouted. It won't shut down. The tech yelled. It's overriding everything. Back inside the police van, Officer Brand's comlink beeped. Sir, something strange is happening at the bank, a voice said. The system just confirmed a level 0 IT. Brand looked at the woman. She stared out the window, calm as ever. What's your real name? He asked. Kara, she said. Kara what? Kara Miles. Brand blinked. The name sounded familiar. Then he remembered. Years ago in training, they studied a case, Dr. Kara Miles, a tech genius who created the first self-learning bank AI. She vanished after a company takeover. People thought she died or ran away. But now, that name was back and sitting in his van. You're lying, he said. That woman's dead. She finally turned to him, ice cold. No, I was erased. Back at the station, the officers tried to scan her again. Again, no match. It was as if she didn't exist. They took her into an interrogation room. 2 officers and 1 AI assistant stood behind a glass wall watching. Officer Brand entered. Kara Miles, if that's really you, prove it. Give us something only she would know. Kara smiled slightly. The Skybank system you use. It has a hidden backup core. Room 7C, beneath the server floor. No one but the original founder knows that. The AI assistant beeped. A screen blinked on. Fact confirmed. Officer Brand's eyes widened. She's not lying. Back at Skybank, things were getting worse. The lights turned red. Doors locked by themselves. Staff screamed as screens played videos. Private meetings, conversations, reports. The bank was being taken over from the inside. Holtz tried to run, but the elevator wouldn't move. A robotic voice spoke through the speakers. Attention, unauthorized personnel in control. Transfer of ownership in process. A drone floated down from the ceiling and projected a hologram. It was her, Kara Miles. The same woman they had just dragged out. She looked into the camera and said, I built this place. You just worked here. Now it's mine again. At the station, Kara stood up. You can't stop what's already begun. Officer Brand was still shocked. Why now? Why come back? Kara's voice turned serious. Because this system, my system, was turned into a tool for greed and discrimination. People are rejected based on race, class, and money. I made it for balance. They broke it. She leaned forward. And now, I'm taking it back. Suddenly, a call came through. Emergency at Skybank. The vault opened on its own. Staff are locked inside. The AI says it has a new primary owner. The chief officer walked in, looking pale. Release her. Now. Officer Brand hesitated. Sir, she was just. She owns the bank, the chief said. Legally, digitally, every way possible. The cuffs clicked open. Kara rubbed her wrists slowly. She looked at the officers one last time. I warned you, she said softly. Then she walked out the door. As she stepped into the sunlight, a black hovercar arrived on its own. The door opened for her. She got in. Above the city, digital billboards changed one by one. They all showed one line, the hidden owner. The hovercar flew high over the city. Kara Miles sat quietly in the back seat. Her eyes were closed, but her mind was active. She was connected to the bank's network now, fully. The AI inside the car spoke. Welcome back, Dr. Miles. Control level, founder. All systems await your command. She opened her eyes. Begin full system scan. I want to see what they've done to my bank. Down below, chaos had spread through Skybank. The staff had been locked out of the main server. Passwords didn't work. Access cards failed. Cameras watched them, but they couldn't watch back. The security bots no longer obeyed Manager Holtz. In the underground control room, alarms were blinking. Who is she? One engineer asked. Dr. Kira Miles, whispered another. The founder. I thought she died. No, she was pushed out by the board, years ago. 10 years earlier, flashback begins. Back then, Kara was a young tech genius with a dream. She created Skybank's AI, an intelligence system that could detect fraud, manage wealth, and give fair loans to all people. No race, no background, no favoritism, just clean logic. But when Skybank went public, investors took over. They didn't want fairness. They wanted profit. They changed her code. They sold her technology to the highest bidder, and one night, while working late, she got a warning. Founder privileges revoked. You no longer have access. Kara tried to fight back, but the board buried her. They declared her unstable and erased her ID from the system. Her name was removed from all company files. It was like she had never existed. So she vanished. But before she left, she planted something deep inside the system, a hidden AI backup, a secret door only she could open with her DNA, her voice, and her mind. She disappeared from the public. Everyone thought she had given up, but she hadn't. Present day. Inside the hover car, Kara watched files appear on her screen. Charts, reports, records. Everything the bank had done without her. Discrimination cases, customer complaints, lost jobs. People denied help because of how they looked or where they came from. She clenched her jaw. This is not the bank I built. She tapped the screen. Activate Project Reset. Full lockdown. Meanwhile, in the boardroom of Skybank, the directors were in panic mode. Who gave her access? One man shouted. She gave it to herself. Another said. She never left. Her code was always in the system. She's a hacker. She's the founder. Suddenly, the lights turned blue. A large screen on the wall came to life. Kara appeared on it, live. Good evening, she said calmly. Or should I say, goodbye? All boardroom doors locked with a heavy click. Security override, she continued. As of now, all executive powers are disabled. You are being removed. Permanently. No, you can't do this. Holtz shouted. We're the board. You were, Kara replied. But Skybank was never meant to be ruled by greed. Down in the vault chamber, the secret AI core came online. Hidden for years, it now glowed with soft white light. The screen displayed one word. Kara. In her apartment, across the city, a secret room opened. Inside it was the original server she built herself, the true mind of Skybank, untouched by investors or corrupt code. She walked in and touched the center panel. The system scanned her hand, her eyes, and her voice. Identity confirmed. Welcome, founder. A deep hum filled the room as the old system merged with the current one. Back at the bank, drones flew through the hallways, scanning everyone. Staff stood frozen. Phones buzzed. Every employee received a message. Please report to the central hall. Your presence is required by the founder. In the main lobby, a massive hologram appeared. It showed news clips from years ago, images of Kira presenting her original vision for Skybank, helping the poor, building fair credit systems. Then it showed images from the present, staff mocking customers, police dragging people out, loans denied unfairly. The voice of Kira played over the footage. I created Skybank to be different, but you turned it into a gatekeeper. Now, I will fix it. Manager Holtz stood at the back of the crowd, sweating. She's going to fire us all, someone whispered. No, Holtz said, stepping forward. She can't. Just then, a spotlight hit him. A drone scanned his face. Warning. Found responsible for 37 human rights violations. Recommendation. Termination. Holst shouted, "Wait!" But two robotic guards stepped forward. "Your time is over." Back in the control room, Kara stood tall. The system spoke. "Phase 1 complete. The bank is yours again." She looked out the window at the city. "I'm not done yet," she whispered. "Now, I rebuild." Turning the tables, Kyra stood in her control room, surrounded by glowing screens. All of Skybank was in her hands again. But she wasn't smiling. She wasn't here for revenge. She was here for justice. The AI spoke softly in the room. "System ready. Full control active. What are your orders, Stamper?" Kara took a deep breath. "Show me all flagged cases. Customers denied service, unfair loans, security abuse. Start from the worst." Files began to appear. Hundreds, then thousands. Each one had a name, a face, a story. One caught her eye. A single mother denied a loan because of a risk score set by biased software. Another, an old man arrested in the lobby for looking suspicious. And then, a name she recognized. Alia Stone. Kara whispered the name. "She worked with me, helped design the ethics module. Why is she on this list?" She clicked the file. Alia was blacklisted 5 years ago for unauthorized access. She had tried to fix the broken code after Kira disappeared, but was shut down and fired. "No more," Kyra said. "Find her. Now." Meanwhile, in a small apartment outside the city, Alia Stone sat with a tablet in her hand, watching the news. Skybank hacked. Founder returns. Massive staff removed. Her eyes widened. "Kyra," she whispered. Her old friend, her partner, the one everyone thought was gone. Suddenly, her doorbell rang. A drone floated outside her window. It blinked blue. A message flashed. "Dr. Kira Miles requests your presence." Alia stood up slowly. Her heart raced. She opened the door and smiled for the first time in years. Back at Skybank, the main hall was quiet. The staff had been gathered. The bad ones were gone. The good ones stood nervously. Then the doors opened. Kira walked in. This time, she wasn't in simple clothes. She wore a smooth black jacket with silver lines that pulsed with energy. Her steps echoed in the marble hall, her eyes sharp, focused. A young teller whispered, "That's her. She really owns the place?" "No, she built it." Kara stepped onto a small stage. The lights dimmed. A giant hologram of the original Skybank blueprint appeared behind her. "I created this bank," she said. "Not to protect the rich, but to protect the fair. Not to punish the poor, but to lift them." She looked at the staff. "But somewhere along the way, we lost that." She raised her hand. The screens showed videos of customers being mistreated, guards laughing, managers denying help based on race or class. Kara continued, "This ends today." Up in the executive office, a few directors still remained. One of them, Mr. Keller, slammed his fist on the desk. "She's turning this place into a charity." Another said, "We should have erased her code when we had the chance." Suddenly, the screen in their room came to life. Kara appeared. "I can hear you, gentlemen," she said calmly. "This room has been recording your conversations for the last 5 years." Keller stood up. "This is illegal." "No," Kara said. "This is justice." A robotic voice followed. "Executive privileges revoked. You are under audit. Please wait for legal transport." The doors locked. They were trapped. This time, they were the ones being judged. Back downstairs, Kara walked with Alia through the lobby. "You really came back," Alia said. "I had to," Kara replied. "Too much damage was done. But I can't fix it alone." "I'm with you," Alia said, smiling. Kara nodded. "Then let's start with change." Together, they began Phase 2, System Purge. Corrupt AI code was deleted. Risk scores were rewritten. The face scan system was rebuilt to ignore race, gender, or wealth status. Customer data was reviewed, and fair decisions were reprocessed. Messages were sent out. "Your denied loan has been reopened. Your account has been restored. We apologize. You were treated unfairly." People all over the city watched in shock. On social media, videos of Kira's return spread like fire. Who is this woman? She took back $1 billion bank. She's fixing the system. She's one of us. In the shadows of the city, some enemies were watching too. A secret group, those who profited from Skybank's corruption, were not happy. She's ruining everything, one man said. Another replied, if she owns the bank, we take down the owner. They had power, money, influence. But they didn't understand who they were dealing with. Back at Skybank, Kara stood by the window, looking over the city. This is just the beginning, she said. Behind her, the AI core pulsed with life. The bank was hers again. But new threats were coming. And this time, she would be ready. The attack. The city lights flickered just after midnight. Inside Skybank's control room, Kara was running a system update. Alia stood beside her, checking code on a glowing panel. Phase 2 is almost done, Kara said. Soon the bank will be fully fair, just like we dreamed. Alia smiled. You did it. No, Kara replied. We did it. Just then, a warning flashed on the screen. External breach detected. Level 9 intrusion. Unknown access point. The AI voice spoke. Warning. Someone is trying to override the system from the outside. Alia stepped back. How? We shut down all outside controls. Kara's eyes narrowed. They're not using our system. They're attacking from above. High above the city, in a stealth aircraft hidden behind clouds, a group of powerful men sat in a dark command center. These were the ones who profited from the old Skybank, corrupt investors, politicians, and shadow CEOs. They called themselves the Trust. She's become a problem, one said coldly. We made billions from that system. Now she's giving it back to the people, another growled. Unacceptable. On the screen, they watched Kira in real time. She doesn't know we built a backdoor into her original AI. Before she disappeared, a technician nodded. Activating it now. A code began to run. A virus designed to corrupt everything Kira had rebuilt. Back at Skybank, screens turned red. Emergency, the AI shouted. Malware detected in root core. System integrity falling. Files started disappearing. Records were vanishing. AI subroutines were being rewritten by an unknown force. Kara shouted, cut the uplink. It's too late, Alia said. They're inside the core. Kara's hands flew over the controls. She traced the source of the attack. Coordinates found, she said. They're in the air, a stealth drone base. The AI confirmed. Enemy aircraft 9.4 kilometers above city. Cloaked, sending visual now. The screen showed a giant black aircraft hovering silently in the clouds. Inside the stealth ship, alarms suddenly blared. She found us? Onboard defense bots began to move, preparing for battle. She's still smarter than we thought, one man prowled. Then we go to full override, wipe her out. Kara's eyes were locked on the screen. They're trying to destroy the system. If they finish, Skybank will crash. Millions of people will lose everything. Then we fight back, Alia said. Kara nodded. Time to activate Protocol Phoenix. Far below Skybank, a hidden chamber opened. Inside it was a drone fleet. Old models Kara had once used for security and rescue missions. She had kept them offline for years, until now. The AI voice echoed. Phoenix protocol activated. Launch sequence in progress. Dozens of silver drones flew out from underground tunnels, rising toward the sky in perfect formation. Each one carried a defense program and counter-virus system. Kara's voice came through their speakers. Let's take our bank back, again. High above, the Trust's stealth ship was hit. Boom. One of the systems exploded. The drones found us. Impossible. That fleet was shut down 10 years ago. Another explosion rocked the ship. They're hitting our power core. Inside Skybank's control room, Kara and Alia watched the battle in real time. The AI updated them. Enemy override falling. Virus strength dropping. System restoring. We're winning, Alia whispered. Kara didn't smile yet. Not until they're out of the sky. Inside the stealth ship, the trust leader, Mr. Voss, slammed a button. "If we go down, we take her with us," charged the Omega Pulse. A giant energy cannon began to glow under the ship's surface. It aimed directly at Skybank. "Fire in 30 seconds. Back at Skybank, the AI warned. "High-energy weapon detected. Countdown active. 25 seconds to impact." Alia gasped. "That blast will destroy the entire block." Kara paused. Then she said, "Divert all drone power to shield mode. Focus on one spot, our roof." The AI responded, "Drones converting to shield mode. Structural defense will hold for 8 seconds." "Then that's all the time we need," Kara said. She tapped a secret command. "Activating pulse spike." Back on the stealth ship, alarm screamed. "Sir, she's launching a data spike, targeting our power grid." Mr. Voss yelled, "Block it." Too late. The pulse spike hit the ship's core. Systems shut down. Engines failed. The stealth ship dropped from the sky, fast. A few drones grabbed it before it crashed into the city, dragging it toward the ocean. Boom! A distant explosion lit the water. The ship was gone. Back inside Skybank, the red lights turned green. The AI spoke calmly. "Threat neutralized. System stable." Kara finally let out a breath. She sat down, exhausted. "We did it," Alia said. "For now," Kara replied, "but they won't stop. They never do." "What will you do next?" Alia asked. Kara looked at the glowing city beyond the glass. "I'll finish what I started," she said, "and make sure the future can't be stolen again." The people rise. The sun rose over the city, painting the sky in shades of gold and fire. But something else had changed overnight. For the first time in years, the people felt hope. The attack on Skybank had been all over the news. Drones in the sky, explosions over the ocean, secret billionaires falling. And in the center of it all was one name, Dr. Kira Miles. A woman they once ignored. A woman the system tried to erase. Now, she was everywhere. In homes, on phones, on subway screens. Her message played. This bank was stolen from the people. But today, we take it back. Inside Skybank, Kara stood at the main podium. A new group of staff faced her, nervous but eager. Gone were the corrupt managers and greedy directors. Now, real people stood in their place. Former customers, tech students, even janitors with bright ideas. They weren't rich, but they cared. "This will not be a normal bank anymore," Kara said. "It will be a force for justice." In the main lobby, a large holographic wall displayed the new system. Open loans, no bias, auto support, 24/7, human and AI help, instant review for denied applications, public oversight dashboard, ethics AI, watching all internal actions. One former teller raised her hand. "So, we're being watched too." Kara nodded. "Yes, but not by greedy bosses, by fairness itself." She smiled gently. "Even I don't have full power anymore. The system belongs to all of us." Outside, crowds were forming. People from all parts of the city came to the bank, not to protest, but to celebrate. Old customers came back, new ones signed up. Journalists begged for interviews. A little boy stood holding a sign that said, "My mama got her house back. Thank you, Kyra." But not everyone was smiling. In a dark penthouse across the city, a man sat at a desk full of broken screens. Mr. Voss, leader of the trust, had survived the crash. His face was burned, his eyes cold. "She humiliated us," he growled. Another man beside him said, "She won't stop. The people are with her now." Voss slammed the table. "Then we break the people." Back at Skybank, Kyra and Alia walked through the new support center. It looked more like a tech hub than a bank. Bright lights, soft chairs, kids coding on touchscreens. "We've helped over 38,000 customers in just 3 days, the AI reported. Loan approval fairness rating up by 91%. Alia smiled. "You've changed the game." "No," Kara said. We've just shown how the game was rigged all along. Suddenly, a red alert flashed on her wristpad. Unusual financial movement detected. Hundreds of accounts withdrawing at once. Foreign influence suspected. Alia's smile dropped. What now? Across the city, Mr. Voss had started his counterattack. He couldn't beat Kara's code, but he could try to turn the people. He had activated deep accounts, fake customers, and old bots programmed to cause chaos. They were flooding the system, making it look unstable. Online, trolls started rumors. Kara's bank is about to collapse. She's stealing money secretly. It's all a trap. Fear started to spread. Kara stood in the Skybank media room. A camera floated in front of her. I need to speak to the people, she said. The camera went live. Billions could now see her. Kara spoke clearly, without fear. They're not trying to scare you. They're afraid of a world where you have power. But let me show you something. She tapped her screen. The live feed showed Skybank's new transparency AI, a system where everyone could see what was happening inside. Here are the accounts they're using. Here are the bot patterns. We traced them to secret firms run by the same people who tried to kill us last week. The feed showed files, proof, names, faces. It was a live expose. Kara looked straight into the camera. You wanted to see the truth? Here it is. And now, I ask you, don't let them win again. The reaction was instant. People flooded social media in support. She just proved it live. I trust her. I'm moving my money to Skybank now. This is the future. A digital movement began. #WithKyra. Millions joined within hours. Even rival banks started losing customers. The people were rising. Later that night, Kara sat on the rooftop of Skybank, looking at the stars. Alia joined her. We made it through again, she said. Kara nodded. Barely. But look out there, Alia said, pointing to the glowing lights of the city. They're with you now. Kara was quiet for a moment. Then she said, No, they're not with me. She turned and smiled. We're with each other now. The final audit. The city never slept, but tonight it held its breath. Inside Skybank's tower, all systems were running at peak power. The lights glowed like stars. The people's trust had returned, stronger than ever. But Kara knew something was coming. The fight wasn't over. She stood in her command center, watching a red blinking signal on the screen. It had appeared an hour ago. A hidden network, one she hadn't built. One that had just gone live. Alia entered the room. It's them again, isn't it? Kara nodded slowly. Yes. Voss and what's left of the trust. What are they planning? Kara zoomed in on the map. Not a cyber attack, not money theft. Her voice dropped. They're going after the law. In a marble courtroom across the city, Voss was already speaking to high judges. Dressed in a sharp suit, his burn scars hidden under tech skin, he played the victim. She stole the bank, he said. Hijacked it. Broke into our systems. This woman, Kara Miles, used illegal methods to seize control. He showed doctored footage, fake logs, and forged documents. I asked the court to shut Skybank down and freeze its AI, he finished. The judges leaned back, whispering to each other. News channels picked up the trial. Fear began spreading again. Founder to face charges. Skybank's control under question. Was it all a lie? Kara watched it live. The lie stung. But she didn't flinch. We knew they'd try this, she said calmly. Alia asked, What now? Kara looked at the glowing panel in front of her. Now we show them everything. Later that day, the court was packed. Reporters outside. Protesters holding signs for and against Kara. The people were divided again. Suddenly, the courtroom screen flickered. Kara appeared, live via HoloLink. The judge frowned. This is not your time to speak. I know, Kara said calmly, but I'm not here to defend myself. I'm here to show the truth. The lights dimmed. Behind Kara, a timeline appeared, a full audit of Skybank's past 15 years, pulled directly from the unchangeable core she had built. AI-powered video logs played. board members changing loan rules to favor the rich, Voss approving code that ranked people based on race and location, internal messages mocking poor customers, secret meetings where the founders erased ethical modules from the AI. The courtroom gasped. Kara didn't raise her voice. She just let the system speak. "You called this a theft," she said. "But I call it a return to the original mission. I built this bank to help the people. You turned it into a weapon. Now the weapon is broken." The judges asked for time. The people outside already knew the answer. That night, news exploded. Kara Miles cleared of all charges. Skybank now legally recognized as citizen-owned institution. Voss and former execs arrested for financial crimes. The people didn't wait. They took to the streets. Not in protest, but in celebration. Kara watched it all from the rooftop of Skybank. Fireworks lit the sky. Music played in the streets. People laughed, cried, hugged. She turned to Alia, who handed her a glass of tea. "No more attacks," Kara said softly. "No more trials," Alia replied. Kara smiled. "Just the real work now." Inside the bank, new programs were going live. Zero-bias mortgage approvals, emergency funds for struggling families, open-source code anyone could audit, voting rights for account holders on all major changes. The system no longer belonged to one founder. It belonged to everyone. Months passed. Skybank's model spread. Other banks changed or collapsed. Countries began adopting fairness AI systems. The idea of profit without purpose started to die. A movement had begun, and it had started with one woman. One visit. One moment. 1 year later, Kara stood at a school built with Skybank's new community fund. A young girl ran up to her. "Are you the lady from the bank?" Kara smiled. "Yes, but not just me." She pointed to the girl's mother, who stood nearby. "To your mom." She nodded at the teacher. "To him." She placed her hand on the girl's shoulder. "And now, to you." As the girl walked away, the AI in Kara's ear gave a quiet message. "All systems stable. Trust rating, 99.4%. No threats detected." For the first time in years, Kara truly relaxed. She looked up at the sky, calm and peaceful. Alia joined her once more. "You saved the world," she said. "No," Kara replied. "We just reminded it who it belongs to."